Hello there, I'm Big Alias. This is take 2 because I just did a take where I got so many notifications on my laptop that I just had to restart it because it kept playing through the recording. But how's it going? That's the way the cookie crumbles there. Yeah, have any of you seen Bruce Almighty? I feel as though Bruce Almighty, we've reached a point generationally where people just haven't seen Bruce Almighty anymore. And that's sad to me, dude, because that movie is straight fire. I know how the Gen Xers felt when people start watching the Goonies now, you know. Hopefully that means that people start watching, and that's exactly what I'm talking about. Another notification, dude. But yeah, that's exactly that's exactly how people felt during that era. Are people going to start watching Bruce Almighty ironically? I don't know, but that's not what we're here to talk about, dude. Hell no, bother. We're going to talk about Zack Snyder and Rebel Moon, dude. What an interesting one. I hadn't heard about this film until Luke let me know about it. Apparently it's like his attempt to start his own Star Wars universe. I don't get the whole Snyder thing. I don't understand it. I don't understand the fascination with Zack Snyder. I really just don't get it. I think it might just be like the roots of it may have just budded from people being annoyed at the critics not liking his movies. I mean, like, obviously during the mid to late 2000s we had a very big pushback against anyone of intellect, and that included critics. By the way, I'm not saying all critics are smart, but I am saying that anyone in a position of sort of intellectual hierarchy, you know, became damned and hated by the internet. And so I think that the Zack Snyder movement was a lot of people who said, I'm sick of the critics not liking movies that I think are okay, so I'm going to hail this guy who, for all intents and purposes, is an awful director. Zack Snyder is not very good. And yeah, and people caught on to it, and some people genuinely love his movies, which is fine, it's great, awesome. And people have a great time enjoying his films, and I think that's absolutely fantastic. I would love to be able to switch my mind off and accept a shitty movie as a good one, and be a part of this cult following. I just can't, because I just can't recognize it. But it's very confusing to me. It's not like Tarantino, where people, you know, he genuinely makes fantastic movies and people love them, but the fans just became a little bit too enraptured. No, this is just people absolutely adoring awful films. But yes, Snyder, Rebel Moon, critics do not like it. It turns out the verdict is the critics do not like Rebel Moon. It has 9% on the tomato meter, which I don't like Rotten Tomatoes, but that seems to be the screenshot that's going around. I think it also has about 38% on Metacritic. It's in the red, which is not good. Yeah, and the critics don't like it. So, of course, the internet, being the internet, has just repeated the same comment over and over again, one after another. Everybody link arms. That means the movie's going to be great then. That means that this movie doesn't suck. I'm looking forward to this now. Everyone is saying exactly the same thing, because if I say the thing that people want me to say, I'll get all of the likes, and then I'll be happy and satisfied in life. Listen, it's okay to agree with critics. I just want to say that. This whole video, you know, people talk about me rambling on in my comments. I'm going to ramble on today. This whole video could be summed up with this one sentence. It's okay to agree with critics. It's okay. None of you have seen the movie yet. None of you have any idea what the movie is like. And the only people who have seen the movie are the critics saying that it's bad. And you think that universally every single critic must be incorrect. They must be wrong. And listen, it's okay to say something like, oh, great, because typically I disagree with critics. Okay, fine. Or if you want to say, okay, cool, I hope that I like it, or I hope that it's a fun, dumb action movie or something like that, go off king. That's absolutely fantastic. Go and enjoy the movie. For one, I'm still going to watch the movie, and I'm going to be open to it being good. I can't see it happening, but yeah, hopefully it's going to be great. I love Star Wars. I would love, you know, something that's similar to that. But if it isn't, then the critics were right. It's okay to agree with them. We don't have to disagree with everyone who genuinely pursues a career reviewing films or reviewing anything. You know, we don't have to disagree with these people. It doesn't put you in a position of intellectual superiority to disagree with someone who is higher than you on the hierarchy of analysis. that doesn't make you intelligent. What makes you intelligent is saying, okay, I'll take this in and I'll go and form my own opinion on it, which is great. You don't have to also, on the other end of the spectrum, you don't have to completely agree with what a critic tells you. You don't have to do that. You can make your own mind up. And you also have to remember, and this is something that I spoke about a couple of years ago, and I wish I could take back because I think I was very off base with it. And since then, I've taken a film criticism course. Film critics aren't able to tell you whether you'll like a film. They know that, and they acknowledge that. They analyze a film, they tell you the key good parts and the key bad parts, and then they form a sentence at the end to sum it up. Plus, I don't know if you know this, and this is something I learned in film criticism, each publication takes a different stance on a film. Now, I do think that there should be more effort from those publications to make it clear what stance they're taking, but for example, in my film criticism course, I had to review the masterpiece Whiplash, and I had to look at it from a psychoanalytical viewpoint. So I had to look at the pseudo-sexual relationship between J.K. Simmons and, is it Miles Teller? I believe it was Miles Teller. Phenomenal film, by the way. But yeah, that's what I had to do. Each reviewer takes a different stance and wants to look at something different. But when every critic is saying that this film is absolutely trash, then all we have to go on currently is what they're saying. And you can't disagree with it yet. You can't disagree with it yet. You can disagree when the film comes out. You can say, actually, I liked it. But they have their opinions. And they're the people who've seen it. And they're the people who have studied to know how to analyze a film. And that's what they're doing, by the way. They're analyzing it. Not telling you that you won't like it. Anyway, those are my thoughts on that. And I guess I'll see every damn one of you later.
The time has come. Execute Order 66.
Cool.
The PlayStation's only $149, and you can also get leading titles.